Hello and welcome back to the Nasty Metal production channel here at YouTube, and welcome to another Wednesday review. And it is the second week in a row of me reviewing Soulgrinder Zine's compilations. Again, thanks to getting that package from Paul of Soulgrinder Zine. Now, this is the follow-up to, of course, the 4-way split CD that was released back in February. This right here is titled Skin Deep 5-way split, or the 5-way split CD, and this was released on April 11th, at least what I can at least get, at least as far as its release information on Facebook, on their Facebook page. And this right here, what makes this somewhat different is that this is actually all centered around female-led extreme metal bands, or at times maybe even crossing into the sort of D-beat slash hardcore punk crossover sort of genre. But they're still all extreme, and they are all females, and they are definitely all ready to want to conquer the world, because they definitely, you really can hear it in that they definitely have a lot to prove here, and I'll definitely get into more all of that. I can elaborate on a lot of that, and in terms of some of their styles here. So without further ado, so I don't want to waste any more time, let's get into my review of Skin Deep, the 5-way split CD from Soulgrinder Zine. Okay, so before I really get into any of my thoughts on this release, since I'm going to do what I did with the format on the last Soulgrinder Zine review, which was for the 4-way split, instead of just running down a lot of the tracks, because if there's at least somewhere around, at least roughly, let me see it real quick here. Yeah, about 15 songs here. Again, but the thing is, each of these songs from these 5 different female-led extreme bands here, they all provide at least 3 songs. So again, it's going to be the same sort of format, because again, what I did with my review, or at least when I ran down the track listing for the 4-way split CD from Soulgrinder Zine last week, was I went by each song, for at least by the band, and then went with the songs that they provided. So I'm going by band here, okay? So that's how I'm going to easily get by this. So without further ado, let's go into it. So the first band here is Auxilio, and they are from Los Angeles, California, and the 3 songs they provide here, and some of these songs are actually in, I guess it's either Spanish, I believe. But you know what, some can fact check me on that one in the comments section below. So without further ado, let me definitely name these 3 songs. So, first track, My Appeal, Death Trophy, and then finally, Religion Hypocrita. Hope I pronounced that all that correctly. So there's the 3 songs that Auxilio provide for this here. So let's get on to the second band. That is Psychotic Scum, and they are from Whittier, California. And the 3 songs that they provide for here is Stalk Her, Holy Hypocrite, and Self-Sabotage. So there we go. There's all the 3 songs that Psychotic Scum provide for this CD here. Let's get on to the third band here, and that's Subcultural Rights, who are actually based out of Santiago, Chile. And the 3 songs they provide for this here is Sacrifice, Possession, Hidden Among Roots. So there's the 3 songs that they provide for this this various split release here. And let's get on to the fourth band. It is, of course, again, Ritual Moon, again from Los Angeles, California, and they definitely seem to be a favorite of Paul Soulgrinder Zine, and I think it's rightfully so why they are a favorite of his. They definitely on most of his compilations, and I think they deserve to. So, the 3 songs that they provide for this release here is Pre-Destruction, Divided Paths, and then finally LMSYC. I didn't really tend to read up on what that means and what that really spells out to, but either way, those are the 3 songs that Ritual Moon provide for this split here. And then finally, ending this split is with Harley Quinn, who are also based out of Los Angeles, California. And the 3 songs they provide for this compilation is Masochistic Salvation, Gynecologist, and then finally Lich. So there's all the 3 songs that Harley Quinn provided for this split, and there's all the 5 bands with all their 3 songs. So there we go. Now, where do I really begin? I guess I'm going to begin with the first band here and get my thoughts on the 3 songs that Auxilio provide here, which again being My Peel, Death Trophy, and Religion Hypocrita, which these 3 songs are actually taken from their EP from July 25th of last year. And you know what? This is actually quite cool. I actually kind of dig this. Again, it's definitely more on the sort of D-beat, punk, or hardcore punk somewhat sound. I mean, there is a little bit of that sort of crossover thrash you get, and I think the one thing that I think to me might be comparison, if I was to at least compare them to any other sort of, at least male band, would probably be Cro-Mags and early DRI. Especially there at times more extreme than those bands. And again, I would definitely would consider them to being more like a more female Cro-Mags and early DRI. It really does have that sound. It's fucking great. They are short, but they are short and sweet. And these females definitely do not hold back on the aggression. They're just fast and buzzsaw. And really just chainsaw through the entire thing. It's like, it's completely it's great. And I love the overall attitude from these women. They're fucking great. So there's my thoughts on Auxilio and the 3 songs that they provide. Fantastic shit, and I'll definitely leave you a link to their Bandcamp page in the link in the description box, if you can check them out. Now, let's finally get to my thoughts on Psychotic Scum, who are, again, from Whittier, California, and these 3 songs, again, are taken from their still the most recent release, which was released all the way, it's titled Holy Hypocrite, and it was released all the way back in March 14th of last year. And, again, it's almost the same sort of variety, I would say, of Auxilio, but at the same time, I wouldn't say it's probably less D-beat. It's more straight up crossover / hardcore punk fused thrash metal. It still has that. It still has the same sort of attitude, same aggression, same sort of vigor in their overall tone. It's still fucking fantastic. It's still aggressive. And they definitely do not hold back as well on their stuff. Again, very similar to, of course, the bands that I probably compared Auxilio to, being in Cro-Mags, DRI, and maybe even Agnostic Front as well. I would definitely would compare them to, or maybe, I wouldn't say Suicidal Tendencies, even though I wouldn't cross my mind if they were also fans of them too. But on their EP, they do also cover Kill Yourself from Stormtroopers of Death. So that definitely tells you where their influences are taken from as well. And they're just great. Again, they run through this stuff real fast, but goddamn, they are just... I can listen to these songs all day long. Fantastic, again. I love the sort of grit from these women. It's just great shit to begin with. So, just great. I really can't say anything else about it. As far as, again, favorites, I guess, sounds like Holy Hypocrite and Stalk Her are just so fun to listen to. Fantastic stuff. So there we go. Those are my thoughts on the 3 songs that Psychotic Scum provide. Again, I'll leave you a link to their Bandcamp page as well, so you can check them out in the description box. So there you go. Let's get on to the 3rd band here, and that's Subcultural Rights, who again are based out of Santiago, Chile. And these 3 songs are taken from their most recent, which is recent, because this was released, their EP, which is titled Death and Bloody Ritual, was released on March 20th of this year. And while the first 2 bands were definitely more in the sort of, as far as the meter of their sound was like the more hardcore punk / thrash metal or D-beat territory, Subcultural Rights are just death metal. And oh my god, these songs are fucking good. Holy shit, these women know how to at least come up with a fucking great, dirgy, slow, methodical, freaking, oh god, these are so good. The band that I could probably compare them to, and they're the only band that comes to mind, is actually Necrophobic, and especially the Nocturnal Silence album from Necrophobic. They really got that sort of, it's very slow, just dirgy, and just, oh, it's so good. As far as favorites, it's actually crazy because of when the vocals do come in. It's almost crazy that that this is actually a female singing. I know a lot of people were in awe over Arch Enemy, but be quite honest, when I hear the vocals coming out of these women, out of her, on Subcultural Rights, I can't. It's crazy to think that it's even a female doing these real low and just guttural vocals, because of it's really surprising, and I gotta tip my hat to them. This is fantastic death metal. This is straight up old school fucking death metal worship, but at the same time, it's done great. I know a lot of people are definitely into bands like Gruesome. We're definitely go on to sort of death sound. I mean, the band Death. But I can hear some influences from them too in here. But again, the way it just begins, it's slow, doomy, and dirgy. And then finally, when it does break into its speed, it's so good. Oh God, you know what? I am not going to say anything else because I want to try and just move on. Because if you want to get a good taste of Subcultural Rights, I'm leaving you a link to their Bandcamp page. Go and check these girls out. This is fantastic death metal. This is fucking good. There we go. A lot of praise from me. A lot of praise from me over here for Subcultural Rights. I might even just review the entire EP that they released, and I really would love to hear a full-length album from these women here. Oh my God, it's so fucking good. Okay, let's definitely get on to the fourth band here. That's Pre-Destruction. No, actually, Ritual Moon. Yeah. All right. Apologize there. Again, good stuff. Again, Ritual Moon are another great sort of black thrash metal band. Again, I've talked about them plenty of times. Again, thanks to the Soulgrinder Zine comp stuff. Thanks to that. And they're, again, great stuff. All taken from their debut full-length album from this year titled Ritual Moon 1. And they're all just great. Great sort of black thrash metal. Very raw, but just good. Good stuff all around. As far as favorites here, I think the songs Pre-Destruction and LMSYC, I think, are probably my favorites from these three. But they're all good. All good songs. Nothing here negative. So let's definitely move on to the very last band. That's Harley Quinn, again from Los Angeles, California, and they are another death metal band. Though they are not of the variety of Subcultural Rights, but they're still fucking good death metal. This is more so closer to, I would say, the Florida sort of death metal stuff, like Cannibal Corpse, or even as far as other ones I can name out, I'm starting to lose track of certain other bands here. I wouldn't say, I was going to compare Subcultural Rights as well to Autopsy, especially on Severed Survival, but I think that they're a lot more darker compared to that, or even Mental Funeral. But these songs here from Harley Quinn, again, is Cannibal Corpse. I can hear a little bit of influence here, but I also can hear maybe even some, already I'm completely screwing up a bit of the comparisons because I don't want to completely compare them to Cannibal Corpse, but they have a little bit of that. They've got some of that going on. I'm kind of, so it's just fantastic here. I really like some of these songs. It's just a lot more, it's more faster stuff, a lot of blast beats, but it's still great shit. Again, songs like Masochistic Salvation and Gynecologist are fucking fantastic death metal stuff. I wouldn't even compare them to Deicide, but they definitely got, I wouldn't put that past that there's a little bit of similarities there. I wouldn't say Immolation, but they definitely have something there too. Maybe Dismember might be another band that might come to mind. It's just fantastic. It's just fucking fantastic here. Again, nothing bad here. Those are probably my two highlights. So just great, more death metal. Master, I think that's another one I could probably make some comparisons to, maybe. So I know I ran out of some of my death metal comparisons there, which is going to be an issue with me when it comes to memory because of I don't listen to a whole lot of it these days, as I used to. But it's still when I'm in the mood for it, it's fantastic. And here, these are great fucking death metal tracks. So there we go. All these, I can't say anything negative about all these 5 bands here. They all provide some good shit here of their respected variety. It's all fantastic. So there we go. There is my thoughts on the Skin Deep, the 5-way split CD from Soulgrinder Zine, and my rating, it's a 9.50 out of 10. I actually kind of enjoyed this one, maybe a little bit more than the 4-way split that I reviewed a week ago. But this is fantastic. Again, if I have to say my absolute favorite band though from here is Subcultural Rights. I really love what they provided here. They are probably my absolute biggest highlight from here. But all these bands here are fucking fantastic though. I can't say anything bad of them. So if you want to check out all these bands here, again, I'll leave you again in the description box. You'll see at least links to all 5 of these bands in there, again, to their Bandcamp pages, so you can listen to them and support them. It's a great comp, and I'll also leave you a link to, of course, the Stabby Hamlet site, where you can buy this compilation if you want to listen to it. So there we go. Hope all of you enjoyed. This is Heavy Thrasher Sam out. And I'll see you all later, and thank you, Paul, for sending all this stuff my way. And again, next week I'll be reviewing another Soulgrinder Zine compilation. It's another split. So with that, hope all of you enjoyed. This is Heavy Thrash Shed saying I'm out, and I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.